Greetings everyone and welcome to Soter Academy. You load the bar, push the weight, and you think that all the muscle fibers are working. They aren't. Your body is a very efficient machine and it only activates muscle fibers that are needed just to survive the load, just to push the weight, and that's all. So today we're auditing the neuromuscular system and the all or none law, and to understand how to force absolute mechanical recruitment. So before your muscle contracts, the brain must send a signal to a motor unit, which motor unit consists of a motor neuron and all the muscle fibers it is connected to and controls. So when you walk up to a certain weight that you want to lift, your eyes passes the data to the brain. The brain makes some estimate calculation of how many motor units needs to activate in order to lift that weight. But here is the hardware glitch that most lifters don't know, is that when the brain sends a signal to the motor neuron, then within that motor unit, all the muscle fibers, they contract. So there is 100% activation. That's why it is called all or none. However, not all motor units are being activated within that same muscle. So only the muscle fibers that are within that motor units that has been triggered. Now, your brain and the body is very efficient and is not stupid. So in order to preserve energy, to save energy, first for light tasks, it activates only the slow twitch muscle fibers, and then it doesn't activate all the muscle fibers within the muscle, so only some of the units. And the fast twitch muscle fibers, they've been activated when the weight becomes extreme, so when they're needed. So initially it starts with slow twitching muscle fibers, and then if the weight becomes greater and greater and greater, there is more demand, then other muscle fibers, the fast twitch muscle fibers, gets activated. So the signal is sent to them, they get activated, so the muscle contracts. This is exactly why we train to mechanical failure. So if you stop the set just because it burns, you're only fatiguing the smaller motor units. By pushing the set to absolute failure, your central nervous system panics and it sends a signal to the brain. Hey, I need to activate more and more units. So more and more units are being activated, which are the more dormant, the larger fast twitch muscle fibers gets activated in order to lift that heavier load. So we don't stop just because it's hard. We do it until a mechanical failure. So until the muscle says, okay, I cannot lift this. We don't just drop the weight, we drop it in also a controlled manner. Because otherwise, if you just let it go, injuries can happen. And also, when I'm saying drop it in a controlled manner, okay, it's not going to be 2 to 3 seconds, okay, maybe it's going to be faster as we physically cannot hold that heavier load, but it should be still in a controlled manner. We control the weight doesn't control us. So if you do not push to the point of structural failure, those high growth muscle fibers remain completely unactivated. So they're not trained, so they remain the same. Do not let the hardware dictate the effort. Push to the mechanical failure and let the system recruit all available muscle fibers. If you want to have a look at the warming up rules, check out this video, as if you don't warm up correctly, if you just start pushing heavier and heavier loads, you might get injured. So getting the right warm up is a priority before start pushing heavy. And also always executing with a correct form. Go to the sotermethod.com to read the official white paper. The system is locked in. Let's evolve. Cheers.